Hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jess.
What are we drinking today?
I'm actually drinking a coffee.
A coffee? Blasphemy.
Yeah. I just got up from a nap, so now I'm drinking coffee.
Don't you, doesn't it keep you up?
No, the caffeine doesn't affect me. Ever. It helps with my headaches, but that's it. I can literally drink a coffee before going to bed and then have a full night's rest. No problem.
Dang.
Yeah.
See, I used to think that was me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'd be exhausted every morning when I'd get up, and I'd be like, why am I not sleeping, and why am I not falling asleep till 2 in the morning? And I'm like, maybe it's all the tea I'm drinking before bed.
Oh no.
That was I think it was actually Mackenzie who pointed that out. I'm drinking the same thing as last time. It's the vanilla cream
Delicious
thing, the decaf tea with oat milk and honey.
Oh. Wow, so fancy.
So
You say oat milk, I'm like, oh, yes.
Do you put anything in your coffee?
Honey and creamer.
I
don't really care for stevia. I don't like the taste. It's kind of gross.
Okay, that's random. Do you normally drink stevia or something?
Yep. I try not to consume. I don't buy white sugar anymore.
Okay.
I try not to use it in my cooking or my baking or whatever when I do bake. I've been using stevia or honey or maple syrup instead.
Okay. Is that just healthier? What? Why? Why?
What? Why do I do that?
Yeah, why?
Oh, ever since I got that pre-diabetes scare, I've just been cutting back on that sweetness. And I think it helps because honey and maple syrup aren't very sweet, especially maple syrup. So my sugar tolerance has dropped a lot.
Interesting.
Because I find sugar pretty gross now, sweet things.
Well, I guess that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Was that after you did a blood test? How did you figure that out? Was that
I did a couple of blood tests, yeah. I think they took 3 small vials.
I probably should do one of those.
You're so go. Yeah.
Except I don't know if they get any blood. It's probably just cheese whiz they'd pull out of me.
Fucking gross. Fuck. What the hell? Bro.
Yeah. Jake and I are both gaining weight, and
yeah, that
for the
happens.
first time in my life I'm gaining weight.
Wow, good job.
Yeah, but it's it's not in the sexy spots, you know?
Oh, so tummy?
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of a tummy.
Oh, and it's not going to your butt?
And it's going to my arms too, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing to your butt or boobs?
Nothing to my boobs. My butt is already just full, I think. It's pure
Hip
jiggle.
your thighs.
I've definitely got some hip situation going on. I'm spilling out of all of my shorts and
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. I can't wear a lot of my shorts anymore. All of my denim shorts I have to get rid of because I don't fit.
Oh. That sucks.
This is a new feeling for me.
I know how that feels.
I've probably talked about this before, but I've always been really thin, and I could eat whatever I wanted and not gain a single pound and just have a really high metabolism, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, but now I guess once I started working the desk job,
Desk's job really do a number.
That's what's doing it for me, apparently. Because I used to like be on my feet all day. I'd be like lifting for at least half the day, and then like walking for the other half, and now I'm just sitting on my ass all day. So, yeah, apparently that's what does it for me. So, it's Jiggle Town over here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you just not liking it because of losing all of your clothes?
Like
is it
not
all
liking
bad
gaining
for ya?
weight.
Yeah.
It feels different. Like my thighs are touching now, and that's kind of like annoying.
Weird. Oh my god. Have you like experienced it when they're both sweaty?
No.
It sucks. Yes.
Yeah.
Big time.
But yeah, there's that, and then not fitting into my clothes, and like I've got a bit of a tummy now, and I mean, like I look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't look like me. So I'm not having a crisis over here, but it's just weird. Like, it's something I need to get used to. Or just eat better and exercise, which is something I want to do too, so. Yeah.
Yeah. Eating better, definitely.
Yeah.
It's hard. When you're so used to your comfort foods.
Yeah. So, I think we're gonna start with just eating out less.
Oh yeah, that's a big factor to me.
Yeah. I've been like budgeting lately.
Did you see what it took out of your bank?
I saw how much I had spent on eating out last month, and I was like, fuck me. This is not okay.
No way. Nope. I went through that in Abbotsford with Johnny. Holy crap. Let's never take out your freaking bank.
Yeah. God.
It's so expensive.
But then, like, grocery shopping, I feel like takes a lot of planning for me because I'm still, like, learning how to cook and I don't have, like, recipes locked away in my head. So I have to, like, look up what I want to eat at the start of the week and, like, make a list of everything and then go to the grocery store. And that, like, takes a lot of effort.
Nice. Yeah, it takes a while to learn your safety meals that you can make and just pop them out.
Yeah.
I have like the same things that I keep in my pantries because it's just so much easier.
That makes sense.
Way easier.
I'm sure one day I'll get to that point. But I've like also never really had to grocery shop or cook for myself before moving here. So I'm very behind on that sort of situation.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it feels like a lifetime ago that I was living with Mom in the basement suite.
Really?
Yeah.
It feels like that for me too. But when I think about, like, I feel like I lived with her for so long too. But when I think about it, I only lived with her for like 5 years. And it felt like a decade of living with Mom.
That still feels like a long time. But I guess it was like when did I move in? Like how long into your stay with Mom?
Probably. Didn't you move in a little bit after you graduated high school?
Yeah.
That could go pretty fast. So I probably would have been there 2 years.
Okay.
By the time you moved in.
So then we shared a room for another 3 years? Damn.
That made me miserable. My own room for the first time ever is finally taken over.
Blame Dad.
Yeah. Mom would have taken in Eric as well. And the three of us being crammed in there.
Jesus. At least we're all out of there now.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we can get into Game of Thrones. It's 30 degrees in my house. And I'm drinking hot tea again. So if you hear the fan...
Oh my god.
Apologies.
Gross. 30 degrees.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Well, that's making me nauseous.
God. And like, it gets to the point where like, I have a fan going, I have the AC going. I like
Your
even
AC's not.
I put on the
AC's
fan
not.
in the kitchen, and like it drops down like half a degree in the house.
Oh. Oh
It's
my
like,
god.
wow, thanks.
You have to like lock them in one room and just hide in the one room.
Yeah. The AC is like not strong enough for our living room because it's all like an open space in there. So
Yeah.
uh,
It's not gonna break or trip anything like your ACs usually do.
we've plugged it into a different thing from the TV and from my fan in here, so it should be fine.
Okay.
A different
Good.
different circuit, I guess. Yeah, so we should be okay, but we'll see. All right, I'm already sticking to my chair. So let's get through this. All right, we're starting with chapter 45.
Let me
And
tell
that
you what
is...
happened last time.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Where did we leave off our characters?
So Edmure agrees to marry one of the Frey girls, and Rob agrees to head to the twins formally to apologize to Walder Frey in person.
Nice. All right.
Very nice.
You ready for some Catelyn?
Sure am. Get this party going.
All right, so chapter 45, Catelyn. Rob, Cat, and Edmure are now on their way to the twins with a massive royal host. As they're leaving Riverrun, Jane rides out to say goodbye to Rob. Cat thinks he seems touched but also irritated, since he's already said goodbye to her like at least 2 times. Cat was the one who insisted that Jane remain at Riverrun. Rob wanted her to come, and Cat knew that Lord Walder Frey might see it as another slight that she isn't there, but Cat figured he may also be insulted by her presence, because she is the one who caused Rob to break his promise, I guess, would be his thoughts.
I mean, it takes 2 to tango, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously we know that, but who's not going to blame the woman in this day and age? So Kat knows that Rob wouldn't be able to just sit there as Walder insults Jane to her face. So this surprised me and caught me off guard. I was like, what? Jane's not going? Hold up. Is the wedding going to go differently than it did in the show?
I wonder if it shall.
Or is she going to like show up later somehow?
No.
I don't see how that would happen, so I'm like,
I think maybe the Lannisters will go there.
Oh. To Riverrun.
Afterwards, yeah. With the dream that the little old lady had of Lannisters taken Riverrun.
The Lannisters send their regards.
Yep.
Only one Westerling is coming to the twins with Rob, Sir Reynold, Jane's brother, the royal banner bearer. The young knight swears that no insult of Walder Frey's could provoke him, and Cat hopes insults are all they need to contend with. Cat's lord father never trusted Walder Frey, and Cat doesn't either. Well, she has good instincts. The Blackfish Sir Brynden is being left behind as well, and he's going to be the one who's holding Riverrun while Rob and Edmure are away. During the ride, Cat speaks with Lady Mage Mormont and her eldest daughter, Daisy, both of whom Cat has grown fond of. They are more understanding than most in the matter of releasing Jaime Lannister. No wonder she's fond of them. Am I saying their names right? Mage and Daisy?
Sounds right.
Okay. They dress in mail and leather, which Cat finds odd for a lady, although she's seen it before. Yet these two seem more comfortable in their mail than Brienne ever did.
Oh my.
Yeah, interesting. What do you think that could mean?
Probably that Brienne is insecure, awkward.
Yeah.
Because she's often described as being like hunched, like she's ashamed.
Yeah. I feel like Brienne does not embrace her womanhood I think she rejects her womanhood,
Yeah.
which is probably why she feels less comfortable, because she's like, am I a man? Am I a woman? Like, that sort of situation.
Like, she knows she's gonna get stares. She knows she's gonna get jeers. So she's like trying to hide her giant frame.
Whereas Mage and Daisy, they're like, oh yeah, we're women, we're ladies, but we're still gonna like defend our people.
Yeah, they grew up like that, I think.
Yeah, and we'll get
a bunch
more
of
into
women
that.
warriors.
Yeah. Daisy talks about how she's fought with Robb in every battle and he hasn't lost yet, but Cat seems to be losing hope. She's doubtful the wedding will go smoothly, and even if it does, they'll still be caught between Lannister and Greyjoy. When they make camp for the night, Edmure wonders aloud whether all Walder Frey's daughters look like him. A knight responds that with so many different mothers, some of them are bound to turn up comely. Attractive.
Nice.
Though neither of them see any reason why Walder would give Edmure a pretty one. And Catelyn gets pissed overhearing this. She snaps that Cersei Lannister is comely. Edmure would be wiser to pray that his bride-to-be is strong and healthy, with a good head and a loyal heart. And then she stomps away. Edmure doesn't take that well, though. The next day he avoids Cat entirely on the march, and Cat regrets her anger. She knows her words were sharpened by grief. She asks herself if it's such a terrible thing to want a pretty wife, and she remembers her own childish disappointment the first time she laid eyes on Ned. He was no Brandon, yet she had found the good sweet heart beneath Ned's solemn face. There's no reason the same thing couldn't happen with Edmure and Rosalind, she decides. So, yeah. There's that. What do you think?
About pretty wives?
About Edmure, like, that kind of seems like the only important thing to him, and then Kat getting pissed off about it.
Well, like, I don't want to be sexist, but a lot of men like pretty women to bone. When they think about wives, like, that's someone that you have to bone until they die in childbirth, right?
Damn, that is so dark.
And on YouTube the other day, I was like learning about medieval facts, and one of them was that 1 in 10 women died in childbirth.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Like, that, fuck, dangerous as hell to give birth in the medieval ages.
I guess it's like, that's really the only duty that he has.
Is to have kids, or I mean sons.
Yeah. I guess it's not really in his head to think of what else he could get out of this relationship. He's just like, I want to be boning a hot girl if I have to make babies.
I don't remember how old he is.
That's a good question. Let's see. How old is Edmure in Storm of Swords? Is he younger than Lysa?
I think he's the baby.
Oh, he is the baby. Fuck, I have no idea. There's like...
They don't know?
No, there's... the closest thing I've got is that they have a guesstimate of what year he may have been born in. Like, that's not helpful.
What the fuck? I'm looking at it now too, and I see these years, and I'm like, these years mean nothing to me.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell? Man, now I need a timeline of the years of everything going on.
Well, in 283 AC, House Tully joined the rebellion, and Edmure was probably born in 267 AC. Possibly. So he'd be around 16 when House Tully joined the rebellion.
The rebellion with King Robert? I mean, Lord
I think
Robert?
Yeah, probably Robert Baratheon, right? That's the rebellion? Yeah. Okay.
I think that is.
So how many years has it been since that? A lot. Right?
Two. Yeah, I'm
Like,
going through. I found a timeline.
it
I'm
had to
trying
be at
find
least
it.
like Rob's age. Rob is like how old? He's like 17 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so cuz he was like conceived right when Ned left
Oh,
for the
I
war.
think it's around 299 AC where we are,
Okay.
approximately.
Okay. Okay. Quick
Uh,
maths. Quick maths.
uh.
Quick maths.
No,
Quick
stop relying
maths.
on the fuck.
Okay, he's
My
early 30s. Early
Wait.
30s.
Yeah, let's say late 20s, early 30s. I
Around there.
I'm just not feeling maths right now.
No, it's no. I don't even feel maths when I'm feeling like sharp in the brain and
Too late and too tired.
and we all know how I panic with math, so
Yeah, once you panic when you're trying to do maths, that's it.
that's it. It's over.
It's
My
not
brain
happening.
shuts down.
Yeah.
Okay. They pass through the Whispering Wood at one point, and Kat thinks about how different things were when Rob won his first great victory there. Ned was alive, Bran and Rickon were safe, Theon Greyjoy fought by Rob's side. Kat wonders how much ill would have been undone if Theon had died instead of Lord Karstark's sons.
Oh.
If only. And she wonders if Ned's bones ever reached Winterfell. 5 days later, their scouts ride back to warn them the rising waters washed out the wooden bridge at Fairmarket. A few of the bolder men tried swimming their mounts across, but 2 of the horses and 1 of the riders were swept away and drowned.
Oh my god.
Yep.
A risk.
Yep. It's been raining a lot lately in this area, which is why the waters are so high. It's basically been non-stop rain once they've entered this place. They consider a couple of other options, but it seems there's no way to cross the Blue Fork. They'll have to go around it, through Seven Streams and Hag's Mire. This will delay their arrival at the Twins, however, which Kat says Walder won't be happy about. Rob says he'll beg pardon for their tardiness as well. A sorry king I'll be, apologizing with every second breath, he says.
Oh. Whose fault is that?
Yep. The sass is real, Rob, but this is on you, man. Kat asks Rob what the plan is after joining forces with Lord Bolton and seeing Edmure married. Rob says the plan is to go north, but won't answer Kat when she asks by what route. And she thinks it's wise to, for him to hold some secrets. They reach Oldstones after 8 more days of steady rain. Can you imagine traveling by foot for over a week
in steady rain?
Steady rain.
With no umbrellas?
No umbrellas.
No. Oh my god, you'd be like growing stuff, like mildew and mold on your clothes.
Oh, stop. Stop.
That's one way to get pneumonia.
The growing mildew on your toes?
Like, sure. Or like in your armor, into the clothes that it seeps in.
Oh my fucking
It may be
Lord.
in your hair if you're not wearing a helm or something to cover. Like stuff that's gonna grow.
I think
Being
when they...
moist is not a good thing 24/7 for people.
Oh, for sure. But I think when they're camping, they're probably throwing up the tents and drying out their stuff in the tents. But I don't know. That's still
Okay,
gonna make
24, 16.
What?
No, 16/7.
What?
And, I'm changing the times of how often they're outside in the rain.
Oh.
That's assuming they're getting a nice, good 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Still very wet. They make camp within a ruined stronghold of the ancient River Kings. In the center of what was once the castle yard, there's a great carved sepulchre. New word alert. A sepulchre is a monument in which a dead person is buried. I'm probably not saying it right. Sepulchre.
So, like a pyramid?
I think it's more like a
tomb?
A tomb, yeah. Let me do pronunciation.
Sepulchre.
Oh, sepulcher.
Oh, okay.
Sepulcher.
No, I've heard of those in Skyrim.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Sepulcher.
Yeah.
Sepulcher. Sepulcher.
Sepulcher.
I knew I was saying it wrong. Sepulcher. Okay. There's a great carved sepulcher. But then the rain and wind had washed away all its defining features over time. Cat finds Rob here, alone, aside from Greywind. Cat tells Rob a bit about the castle, remembering she camped here once with her father on their way to Seaguard, and Peter was with them at that time as well. Cat tells Rob the grave belongs to Tristifer, the fourth of his name, king of the rivers and the hills. He ruled in the days when the kingdoms of the first men were falling before the onslaught of the Andals. They called him the Hammer of Justice. Ooh. He died in his 100th battle. The fifth Tristifer was not his equal and soon lost the kingdom and the castle, and, last of all, the line. Rob says his heir failed him, and he had hoped to leave Jane with child. They tried often enough. Cat offers some words of comfort about how it doesn't always happen right away, but she thinks about how it did with Rob. Literally, like, the first time she and Ned boned, they made Rob.
Ned has the strong seed.
Rob worries that if he dies in his next battle, Winterfell in the north will pass to Sansa and Tyrion. He says he cannot allow that, and Cat agrees. Rob must name another heir until such time as Jane gives him a son. Cat suggests a distant cousin, but Rob reminds her his father had 4 sons. And I was like, oh shit!
Cat reminds Rob that Ned had 4 sons?
No.
What?
No. Cat is suggesting a distant cousin that he can name as the heir, but Rob reminds her Ned had 4 sons.
Oh! That's a slap in the face.
Yeah. Cat says a Snow is not a Stark, but Rob says Jon is more a Stark than any random lordling cousin who has never set eyes on Winterfell.
And then Rob's like, suck it, Mom.
Cat tries to argue that brothers of the Night's Watch can take no wife and hold no lands. Rob says the Knights of the Kingsguard take the same oath, but that didn't stop the Lannisters from stripping the white cloaks from Sir Barristan Selmy and Sir Boros Blount. Who? I literally don't remember who Boros Blount is.
I don't either. It sounds familiar. Maybe Tyrion stripped him. I don't remember.
Maybe.
He sounds like an asshole.
He does. Just that name, it just sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, it sounds like an ass.
If Rob sends 100 men to take Jon's place, he's sure they'll find a way to release him from his vows. Cat argues that a bastard cannot inherit. Rob says he could legitimize Jon with a royal decree, and there is precedent for it. Cat says there's no way to turn him bastard again once he's legitimized. Should Rob wed and breed, no sons he has by Jane will ever be safe. Rob says Jon would never harm a son of his. Cat points out that Theon harmed Bran and Rickon, but Rob says Jon is no Theon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True that.
True dat. And
Get
they're
to know your freaking... What do they even call him to her? What is he to her?
Jon?
Yeah, like, I was gonna call him her son, but like, wait. What is he to her?
Oh, I guess like a stepson?
Ah, get to know your freaking stepson for once, Cat.
Yeah, God. There's like...
Comparing him to Theon, what on earth?
She's like so intent on hating him.
Yeah, like, that's quite the reach.
Yeah. Cat asks if Rob's considered Arya, but Rob is like, Arya's dead!
Arya's dead?
That's what Rob says. No one has
kind.
seen or heard from her since Ned's death. There's no way she's alive. And they'll kill Sansa too once the dwarf gets a son from her. Rob wants Jon to succeed him as king in the north if he dies without a son. He hoped Cat would support him, but Cat says she cannot, and to not ask her to. And then Rob says he doesn't have to, he's the king, and he walks away. with Greywind.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad he still has Grayman by his side.
Yeah. Kat thinks that as well at one point. She's like, Greywind, where he belongs.
Yeah. At least the wolf is with him.
Yeah. Rob stood up for what he believed, that Jon should succeed him, and I'm with Rob on this one.
Same.
Why is Kat so intent on hating Jon, even now when everything is so fucked?
Maybe she just wants someone to hate. To blame all of her troubles on.
Dude, there's a million people she could blame.
Yeah, I know.
Jon makes so much sense as the heir.
He does.
It makes me wonder, like, she's saying all this shit about how once he's legitimized or whatever, he could, like, hurt Rob's children, and it makes me wonder, does she really believe this? Does she really not trust him? Or is this just a continuation of her hatred towards him as, like, a symbol of Ned's disloyalty?
Keeping things normal?
Huh?
Of keeping things normal, like back to when times were simple and she only hated Jon.
Simple times when I had one enemy. My stepson.
Yeah.
That fucker.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for me to... I don't know. Is she delusional? Like, does she actually believe he would do that?
Yeah, so? I mean, everyone believes that Ned did that. Oh?
I mean, Jon.
Wait, what?
Does she actually believe Jon would kill Rob's children to take the throne?
Oh, fuck. I don't know what she believes.
Well, that's what she's
Me,
trying
it
to
seems
argue.
like a reach. I think she's just trying to argue, like, see what happened when you trusted someone who was non-family? Because she doesn't view Jon as family.
This is true. I think we're kind of in agreement that we don't believe she actually believes this.
Maybe she doesn't know that herself, that she doesn't actually believe it.
That could be
It's
right.
just, like,
Yeah.
she's just so used to it.
Yeah, she could just be, like, convincing herself that, yeah, that's what you would do. You know. Anyway. One morning, as they continue their march, Kat is speaking with Mage Mormont again, and the conversation turns to Bear Island's warrior women. Mage tells Kat that all Bear Island women have needed to be able to fend for themselves. In olden days, the Ironmen and wildlings would come raiding. The men would be off fishing, so the wives they left behind had to be able to defend themselves and their children. Daisy tells Kat there's a carving on their gate of a woman in a bearskin, with a suckling child in one arm and a battle axe in the other hand. Kat thinks that if she knew how to wield an axe, perhaps she could have protected her family better. Yeah, that's sad. Days later, when they are amidst the bogs of Hag's Mire, Lord Jason Mallister and his column catches up with them, and Kat is escorted to the king's tent. Some of Rob's most trusted lords are there, along with one stranger, who Kat can tell is not a lordling or a warrior. Rob explains that this is the captain of the Miraham, a merchanter out of Old Town. The captain says that his last port of call before Seaguard, where he met Lord Jason Mallister, was Pike. And the long and short of it is, Balon Greyjoy is dead.
Oh, so what happened?
The way he heard it, King Balon was crossing one of the bridges during a storm and was thrown to his death.
Oh, as the old lady said, she saw the guy standing on the bridge.
Uh-huh. She said the like Kraken King or whatever would die.
Yeah.
And
he died.
Here we go. I mean, that's what we're hearing from this sea captain.
Doing his rumors.
Yeah. He also says Euron Greyjoy, Balon's brother, is back and now sits the sea stone chair. Yep. So he just swept in and just snagged the chair.
Uh-huh.
Rob thanks him for coming to them with the news, promises the merchant a reward, and dismisses him. Rob is concerned by this news of Euron. He's heard things about him from Theon, and he is no man's notion of a king. Theon is the rightful heir, unless he's dead, but Victarion commands the Iron Fleet, and Robb can't believe Victarion would remain at Moat Cailin while Euron holds the Seastone chair. He has to go back. Galbert Glover reminds Robb about the daughter as well, the one holding Deepwood Motte. Robb also believes she will need to sail home to oust Euron and press her own claim. Shit.
So this all happens when they're not home.
Yep.
Different from the show.
I honestly don't remember how it goes in the show. They're at home when Euron shows up?
It happens way later. Yeah, it happens like after Yara.
Well, I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
Like maybe like season 7 or something.
Damn, what the fuck?
So he's a much bigger character in the books. Balon.
Yeah. Or Euron.
Euron. Fuck.
Yeah, I guess they just like didn't feel like this plot point was super important for the show at this point, so
yeah,
it seems like they kind of pushed it back and brought it in later.
Also, like, saw somewhere that D&D weren't big fans of all of the magic in the books, and like tried to tone it down.
Interesting.
Just because what's his face, Euron, has some magical properties.
What?
No spoilers. Like, he trained in what's his place for Missandei.
Oh.
Melisandre. And the other one who tries help Downing a few times with the mask. Same place that they did. Where all of the sorcerers come out of.
What the damn hell?
This guy is a BBEG.
BBEG.
Yeah, big bad evil guy.
Ooh. Okay, so Robb makes a plan. He wants 2 of Jason Mallister's long ships to sail around the Cape of Eagles and up the neck to Greywater Watch. Lord Jason is hesitant. The channels there are not exactly sailable, and Greywater Watch moves. How is he to find it? Robb tells him to go upriver flying his banner. The Crannog men will find him. He wants 2 ships to double the chances of his message reaching Howland Reed. And I didn't write this part down, but his plan was to like give a note to whoever was going to be captaining both of these ships. I think one of them was going to be Mage and the other one would be Jason. So he would give them like letters, but the letters would have fake information in case they got caught. And like the real information would only come from their mouths. Which is kind of an interesting plan. So the plan is to retake Moat Cailin. Victarion
from
Victarion.
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 Who's he again?
He's the leader of the Iron Fleet.
Did we meet him through a Theon chapter?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So he won't leave it unmanned, but every man he takes back to Pike will be one less man that they have to fight. So, as I was reading this plan that Robb is spelling out, I was slightly confused and wasn't sure if I fully understood it. So let me know if this sounds right to you.
Okay.
Although no one has ever taken the moat from the south, they may be able to if they attack from 3 directions at once after rejoining with Lord Bolton and the Freys. 3 hosts will leave the Twins, but only 2 will reach Moat Cailin, led by the Great John from the south and Lord Bolton from the west. Robb will attack from the north as a surprise while they're distracted by the other attacks. Edmure is like doubtful that this would work because the approaches to the moat are all so narrow, so there's no way to get north of them, the Iron Men, without alerting them. But Robb says there are ways through the neck that aren't on any map, that only the Crannog men know. And that's why he wants to go to Greywater Watch, or send someone there. He wants to have Howland Reed send guides to lead Robb's host around.
I like that. Get them in here.
The Reeds?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, freaking time. His father trusted him with his life during like the most important battles. Where have they been?
I feel the need.
Just hanging out with Bran.
The need for Reed.
The need for read.
The need for read. Anyway, does that sound like right? Did I get that right?
The need for read?
The plan! God.
It sounded good to me.
God, you really are small brain
I
right now.
haven't read this chapter in weeks.
Okay, well, as long as that makes sense, then I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
It did make sense.
Cool. Okay. During this time, Robb wants Cat to go to Seaguard with Lord Mallister until the war is done. Okay, so maybe he's not gonna be on one of the ships. Anyway. Cat wonders if this is her punishment, and she's not happy about it. Cat would prefer to return to Riverrun, but Robb says he left his wife at Riverrun and he doesn't want them in the same place in case of attack. Smart. And this is his royal command. Lastly, Robb explains the issue with his heir to his lords and commands them to fix their seals to a document he has written as witnesses to his royal decision. Presumably the one that legitimizes Jon and names him Robb's heir.
So would that mean, like, instead of like in the show with them like randomly declaring Jon King in the North, like they will seek him out in the books?
Ooh. I like that. That makes more sense.
Imagine like a bunch of Northmen coming to the wall and demanding Jon to be their king.
Anyway, that's the end of that chapter.
Shit.
So what did you notice at the end here, Jess? This is a test.
Shit, was I supposed to notice something at the end?
What's the one thing I've taught you?
Oh, it's a plan.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna fail.
This plan is spelled out from A to Z. So we know it is not gonna work.
Oh no.
Oh, I think we kind of knew anyway.
Yeah, we already know what's gonna happen. But Ellen's like, oh no.
Yep. But I'm telling you, this rule with the plans, it's foolproof every time. It's maybe foolproof isn't the right word. It's
sure thing.
It's a
gonna
sure
happen.
thing. It's
Everyone's gonna die. Everyone's gonna die.
Jesus. Yeah. The rule, the plan rule.
The plan
that I
rules.
spelled out. That I spelled out is always right. Okay, that's it. That's Catelyn. Honestly, I think Robb should have been the perspective character.
That would have been very interesting. It was an odd choice.
Yeah. At
I
least
guess the
in
plan
this
was
book.
always to get rid of him, like snip snip.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe he thought it'd be better to tell Robb's story through his mother's eyes. But that definitely would have been.
Is this better?
Is it better? No, no. Maybe it's like more like keep you on your toes whenever he does something. You're like, what's happening? What's happening?
Well, I mean, George is already very successful at keeping secrets, even when we're in the prospective character's mind. So, I don't think that would be the issue. So I don't know. I'm very confused by this decision because Cat has honestly been really pointless in this book, in my opinion. Like, what has she actually done?
She took on Brienne.
Okay.
Saved her from being killed by a bunch of angry men.
Okay.
She let loose Jamie.
Okay.
That did a lot.
Yes.
Maybe bad, but that did do stuff.
Yeah, but I also feel like that stuff could easily be told from Robb's perspective.
Sure.
And I just feel like he's doing a lot more than she's doing, like in regards to story progression. So, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'd be interested to hear more opinions on this, and like why people think George chose Cat as a perspective character and chose to not do Rob. And I've mentioned this before, I think, but I do know that in an interview, George has revealed that he regrets not fleshing out Rob's character more.
Okay.
So that makes me wonder if he's looking back and thinking Rob should have been a perspective character.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why he's having also another reason why he's having such a hard time continuing the stories, because he has so many regrets. He wants to go back and change the whole thing. My God.
I mean, when you've built a world this huge and this complex, I imagine it's like really hard to not look back and think, oh, if things went this way, like, could the story have been more interesting, or just that sort of thing. But I mean, we haven't made it to the end of the books that are currently published yet, so I can't speak on
rather than later
the story progression. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be lucky if we get to see Winds of Winter.
God, yeah.
I doubt we'll ever see the spring something, the last one.
Oh, it's like a hope for summer or
Spring?
something like that.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. But, we'll see. Okay, so that's Kat's chapter. I guess we're just gonna do the one chapter for this episode, because we, talked too long about how I'm getting fat.
True.
Yeah, so lately we've been getting into D&D again, as we've mentioned in the previous episodes, the 2 previous episodes. And we finally did our first D&D session ever.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
It was like a very short, like 4-hour campaign with pre-made characters that we were just doing to kind of like feel out what we were interested in and that sort of thing. What did you think?
I had fun.
Yeah.
Johnny had fun, which was even more surprising.
What? Really?
Yeah, he really likes it. Yeah.
I honestly couldn't tell.
Oh no, he was like telling me that he like had a lot of fun and he's excited to go.
Oh, that's so cute.
It is. That was really surprising for me.
Wow.
I didn't think he'd be into it.
Yeah.
He usually like hates playing games with us, board games.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because he doesn't like it. It's because he gets anxious. Like he feels like he sucks and everyone's judging him. But like this time, I think he felt pretty comfortable with everyone.
I think maybe it's because you get to be someone else, you know? Was there anything that like surprised you about it? Or was it pretty much exactly what you expected it to be?
I don't think it was exactly what I expected it to be, because I don't know what I was expecting.
Right?
I found it pretty difficult. It's definitely a lot of teamwork that we had to put in the dungeon. And, like a couple of us came really close to dying.
Yeah. But Jake revealed that that was kind of like the difficulty level he was aiming for. Like maybe get a couple of us down and then...
Yeah.
Yeah, he said we kind of like fudged up a few of the rules by mistake, but it's like not a big deal and we'll just correct it next time.
Sure.
I was surprised by how much I enjoyed combat.
Oh yeah?
Because I kind of thought I would be more into like puzzles or like figuring out the story, but I just wanted to kick ass. I was like, where's the next battle? Roll initiative now. Every time you said roll initiative, I was like, yes!
I think I thought I was gonna really like the combat, but I ended up preferring the other stuff, like the puzzles and stuff.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
interesting. Did you have any thoughts on what kind of, or have you made any decisions on what kind of long-term character you want to go for?
I'm eyeballing cleric a lot.
Nice. We're definitely going to need one of
have
those.
to ask Jake a lot
Mm-hmm.
because he sent us a bunch of sheets about stuff that he wants to put in his story, but I'm not interested in the dwarf cleric that he sent.
Mm-hmm.
So probably gonna ask some more questions. Maybe turn into a human instead. I'm the weirdo who wants to play human.
Well, I'm sure that's fine. There's going to be ways to, like, adapt the character. And they don't have to have, like, your character doesn't have to have any of those backstories that he mentioned. It's just, like, an easy way to connect them into the story.
Oh, yeah.
But,
in case you, like, aren't that interested in building a character. Because it's hard! It's hard!
yeah. It is, but I thought you had, like, a million ideas for characters. I feel like you've talked about it before.
I do have ideas, but putting it into a D&D character idea is hard.
Yeah.
And then I have to, like,
True.
choose someone who's compatible with the group as well. It's hard!
Yeah, I don't think Jake wants us to worry about that too much. Like, I think he would rather that we choose something we want to play and have fun playing it.
Okay. I'm still interested in cleric.
Yeah. Which will be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's good.
It's like the idea of being, like, basic, pathetic human, but with powerful god working through.
Very nice. Has Johnny put any thought into what kind of character?
He really likes the character he was playing with.
Oh, really? The rogue? Was it a rogue?
Yeah, the drow rogue.
The drow rogue.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm glad he likes it. And we get another sneaky person in.
Mm-hmm. And then Brandon wants to be like a fighter. Pretty sure he wants to be a half-orc.
Oh yeah, he claimed the fighter.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have a tank there. And then I'm gonna be a monk. So
Christine like the warlock.
yeah, so we'll have our magic user there too. That's like a really well-rounded team, actually.
Yeah.
If we actually end up all going for that.
Hell yeah.
So it'll be interesting, like, actually using our characters and
It would be cool.
seeing how things go.
The only thing that I would desperately need to talk to Jake about, like one of the things, is creating a god. Or like following, like choosing a god that's in his story. So I think him talking about deities and stuff and how he has ideas of some, or like there's some in the book or something. Or did I hear things? Did I hear things?
I don't think he mentioned anything that's going to be specific to our adventure, but there are like options that you can choose that already exist in the world of D&D. So I think that's what he meant when he said it's in the book, like it's in the player's handbook.
Okay.
So if you go to like the cleric option and like read, it should mention like different like clerical deities in there.
Ooh. I think he also like mentioned that if we wanted to, like with his help, we can also make one up if we didn't like any of the ones in the book.
Yeah. I've kind of been working with him on trying to fit my character.
Ooh, what's your character again? The monk?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a
You're
gnome.
gonna be
I'm gonna be a gnome monk.
Gnomes are made, right?
Huh?
Gnomes, they're created by someone, a magical person, being? Or do they pop out of the earth as little clay beings? Is that what they are?
I don't remember reading any of that.
Maybe I'm making shit up.
Let's see. D&D gnome. Doesn't say anything about them popping out of the ground. They just seem to be.
I just understand that they're made of clay or something.
What? You're
or like dirt. I'm thinking of gnomes like the Jewish snow.
What on earth? No, these are just like tiny little humanoids
Adorable
who
beings?
like are really overly happy and can be tricksy and stuff too.
Hmm.
Yeah, but God, it like gets complicated when you start creating your character, because you like choose a race and then you have to like make note of all the different traits for that race, and then you have to choose a class and you take note of all the different traits and like features of that class, and then like all the different stuff that it gives you, and then you have to choose a background and then you get all the stuff from that background.
God.
It's like a lot to keep track of.
Yup. I'm already overwhelmed. Hopefully Jake can help.
Yeah, like I think our next session is gonna be 90% making our characters and like finishing them up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh my god, I have to poop so bad.
Okay, fine, we can end it. Alright, we'll end it here because Jess has to poop.
Yep, never know.
If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at TIGBAB Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is Jess.Egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search TIGBAB Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should show up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Bahrami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle, which you heard at the start of this episode, and he's a really cool guy and makes dope stuff, so check him out. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarebetter. We have a few different tea-themed tiers with fun rewards, such as behind-the-scenes content, outtakes, and mini-episodes in which we force our brother to watch Game of Thrones, which he hates. So you will be getting something in return for your contribution, and you'd also be helping us improve the podcast with better equipment, but we also just appreciate you listening. And please don't forget to share the podcast with your family and your friends. It is the best way for us to grow. Before we go, quick shout out to our patrons. That's Tobias, Jake,
And then the other two.
and Eric. Tobias and the other two. Thank you so much for being loyal patrons for so long. It means a lot. We love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, listeners, for listening. You keep us going, and we're so
Sure
happy
do.
to have you with us. All right, shall we let Jess poop now, or should I just keep thanking?
Like straight
Jake?
up, like full of goosebumps right now.
Okay, fine.
I gotta go.
Oh God. Okay, bye.